There is a man sitting across from a woman at a coffee shop. He is not the tallest in the room. He is not wearing the most expensive watch. He has not said anything particularly clever yet. But she is already leaning in. She is already laughing a little louder than she needs to. She is already thinking about him before he has even finished his sentence. And every man who has ever watched something like that happen from across a room has asked the same question. What does he have that I do not? The answer is not what most people think it is. And once you understand it, nothing about the way you move through the world will ever be quite the same. Most men have been told the wrong story their entire lives. They were told it is about looks. They were told it is about money, about height, about having the right car or the right job title. And while none of those things are completely useless, they are also not the core of what creates genuine, lasting attraction in a woman. What actually moves a woman toward a man operates on a much deeper level. It runs through psychology, through biology, through thousands of years of human wiring that neither she nor you can fully override with logic. But here is the thing. Once you understand what is actually happening beneath the surface, you can work with it rather than against it. The first thing you need to understand is that attraction for a woman is rarely a decision. It is an experience. It happens to her, often before she can explain why. Research from the University of California has shown that women can assess a man's confidence level within 90 seconds through micro-expressions and body language alone. She is reading you before you have introduced yourself. She is processing signals about your health, your stability, and your psychological state before a single word leaves your mouth. That means the first battle is not fought with words. It is fought with presence. How you carry yourself. How much space you allow yourself to take up in a room. How comfortable you seem in your own skin. These things communicate volumes in a language older than spoken words. Confidence is perhaps the most misunderstood word in the entire conversation around attraction. Most men believe confidence means being loud. Being the one who dominates the room with his voice, bragging about accomplishments, or projecting a kind of bravado that dares people to challenge them. But women do not respond to that version of confidence the way men think they do. Real confidence, the kind that actually creates attraction, is quieter than that. It is moving through a room like you belong there without needing anyone to confirm it. It is making a decision and standing behind it without constantly seeking approval. It is the absence of neediness. Women do not just notice confidence. According to relationship psychology research, they are biologically drawn to it because it signals genetic health, emotional stability, and the capacity to handle stress. And in evolutionary terms, those signals matter enormously. Now, here is where it gets interesting, because most men who discover the importance of confidence make a critical mistake. They focus entirely on the external performance of it, while neglecting what actually produces confidence from the inside out. You cannot fake authentic confidence for long. Women are extraordinarily skilled at detecting the difference between a man who is genuinely at ease and one who is performing ease. The men who become truly magnetic are the ones who have developed a life they are proud of, a sense of purpose they are committed to, and a clear direction they are moving in. Purpose is one of the most underrated attractors in existence. A man who knows what he wants and is actively working toward it radiates something that no amount of rehearsed lines can replicate. This connects to something that relationship experts and psychologists consistently identify as a cornerstone of deep attraction. Women are instinctively drawn to men who are committed to their goals and passionate about what they do. It is not even necessarily about what the goal is. It could be building a business, mastering a craft, contributing to a community, or developing a skill. What matters is the sincerity of the pursuit and the energy it generates. A man on a mission carries himself differently. He talks differently. He prioritizes differently, and a woman watching that man understands intuitively that he is someone worth orbiting. His life is already full. He is not looking for someone to complete him. He is looking for someone to share something with. And that distinction is everything. The second major area that separates the men women genuinely want from the men women simply tolerate is emotional intelligence. This is not about being soft. It is not about oversharing your feelings on a first date or tearing up at every emotional moment. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand your own emotional state, manage it without exploding or shutting down, and also read the emotional needs of the person in front of you. Studies consistently show that women value men who can own their mistakes, Apologize genuinely when wrong, and remain steady under pressure. A man who can say he got something wrong and mean it carries far more attraction than a man who defends every error as if his ego is made of glass. Emotional intelligence also shows up in how a man listens. This one is profoundly underestimated. Relationship research has repeatedly found that active, genuine listening is one of the most irresistible skills a man can possess. Not waiting for your turn to speak. Not immediately trying to fix or correct or top the story. Actually absorbing what she is saying. Reflecting it back. Asking a question that proves you were paying attention. Women feel seen in that dynamic. They feel valued. And feeling seen by someone is one of the most powerful emotional experiences a person can have. It creates connection at a depth that physical attraction alone simply cannot reach. Most men overlook this completely because they are too focused on what they are going to say next to actually hear what is being said right now. How a man treats people who can do nothing for him is another variable that women track closely, often without consciously realizing they are doing it. The way you speak to a server at a restaurant. The patience you show a stranger who is struggling. Whether you hold a door open without making it a performance. Whether you say thank you like you mean it. These small moments build a composite picture in a woman's mind of who you actually are when the pressure to impress is off. Women understand that the way a man treats someone who cannot benefit him is the most honest reflection of his character. Kindness is not weakness. It is one of the clearest signals of emotional maturity and inner security that exists, and emotionally intelligent women are deeply drawn to it. There is one final element that sits beneath all of the above, quietly holding everything together. And it is arguably the most powerful of all. Authenticity. The willingness to simply be who you are without apology and without performance. Not the curated version. Not the version calibrated to please. The actual version. The one with opinions and preferences and a sense of humor that is genuinely yours. The one that does not shift, depending on who is in the room. Women can feel inauthenticity the way you feel a draft in a room. It creates a subtle unease that they often cannot put into words, but absolutely respond to. Authentic men attract the right women because they are not pretending to be someone they are not. That means the connection that forms is real. And real is rare. Real is what every woman who is worth having is ultimately looking for. So the answer was never about becoming someone else. It was always about becoming more fully yourself. And that is really what all of this comes down to. Not a trick, not a technique, just a decision to show up fully as yourself and let your growth do the talking. The right woman does not need to be convinced. She just needs to meet the real you. If this resonated with you, drop a comment, hit that subscribe button, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.